A lot of months, there aren't a full 10 games to recommend for purchase, and so we slightly altered the title of Dossier to 10 games worth considering. Nothing could be further from the case in September 2023, where we have 10 very solid selections we're confident you can put your hard-earned money behind. Let's take a look at what the month has in store. By now, you've likely heard that Baldurs Gate 3 is one of the greatest video games ever made. In fact, right now, it has the highest aggregate review score of any video game ever. But so far, it's only been available for PC. That changes September 6th when this sprawling turn-based RPG launches for its first console, the PlayStation 5. What has struck us the most about this game is just how freeform it is. If you wonder if you can do something, you probably can. It's so open-ended that players can often find 5 different ways to accomplish the same thing. It's worthy of all the praise, and console players are about to find out why. It's been almost 12 years since Bethesda last graced us with an Elder Scrolls game, but it's hoping a trip to the cosmos will help make the wait just a little bit more bearable. Starfield is finally here, the first RPG from the renowned studio since Fallout 4 in 2015. Good things come to those who wait, and if Skyrim in outer space sounds good to you, do we have some excellent news. You join up with a secret society committed to preserving the galaxy's history and probing its best-kept secrets. Along the way, there are creatures to topple, vast planets and solar systems to explore, and space battles to be won. It's got all the depth you expect from this world-class team of RPG makers. It's also available day one on Game Pass. It's September, and every year, that means 2K's Hardwood Sim breaks training camp to kick off yet another season. Easily, the coolest new feature in NBA 2K24 is called Pro Play. Basically, 2K uses live-action footage of real NBA superstars and converts it into mocap data. It's pretty startling just how realistic it looks, but then, that's NBA 2K. One of the best-looking games on the market, season after season. Crossplay is also finally making its debut in the franchise, but be warned, it's coming loaded with a double season pass, so your obsession won't come cheap. With no huge Pokemon games imminent, we have to take what Nintendo and Game Freak will give us, and this month, it's the first of 2 major expansions for the latest mainline game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet the Teal Mask allows players to tread outside the worn paths of Paldea and into a new region called Kitakami. The big headline here is that past starters that you may have missed will be in attendance, so if you still care about catching them all, it's a smorgasbord of awesome. And it better be for $34. The second chunk of DLC isn't coming until wintertime, so snuggle on up with this hefty content drop. It's a known fact that the best arcade racing game in the industry is Forza Horizon. So, it should come as no surprise that Ubisoft's struggling racer is trying to emulate it. This, of course, is not a bad thing, particularly if you're a PlayStation owner who can't experience its open-world awesomeness. The crew Motorfest tries to do its best impersonation with an open world set in Hawaii that allows you to go anywhere and take on any event you please. There's even a corny festival going on. Of course, this franchise ups the ante a bit with boats and planes, so there's a real opportunity for Ubi's franchise to finally end up in the winner's circle. We can't think of too many combinations stranger than Bloodborne and Pinocchio. You heard that right, one of the most challenging and brutal video games on the market, and a wooden boy come to life. What a time to be alive, and what a time to play Lies of P. Its combo of melee and guns isn't as common as you think for games inspired by Dark Souls, so it's unique in more than just concept and look. And does it ever have a unique look? We played the demo and found it extremely challenging, so if you're into these kinds of games, here's your next fix. Mortal Kombat has been rebooted! It feels like we've said this before, well, that's because we have, but for reals this time. Take everything you know about the MK universe and its canon and throw it down into a pit of spikes. Allegiances have changed, new leaders have taken control, and really, it kind of is a reboot of the IP. The changes bleed over into the gameplay, where you can select and then call in cameo characters for the ultimate whoopsie. We have to give NetherRealm credit. No matter how many fatalities it creates, it always manages to one-up them in the next game. MK's patented call-and-response rhythm returns with some cool new twists. There was a period of time where every game developer thought it was a great idea to add heists to the mission list. Remember GTA Online at launch? Many tried, most failed, but almost all of them pale in comparison to the Payday franchise. Payday 2 overstayed its welcome with a 10-year run, but its successor is finally here. Payday 3 obviously looks far better, but the franchise has honed the experience to a fine sheen thanks to rungs and rungs of data. Squeezing New York City for every penny is smooth like butter with its fine-tuned progression system. The new human shield mechanic ups the ante. We'll say one thing, CD Projekt Red doesn't give up. After the last-gen versions of Cyberpunk 2077 launched in terrible shape, it went to work fixing them. Since then, it's only been more refined, and now a complete overhaul is coming with Phantom Liberty. This next-gen only spy-thrilling DLC is completely rewriting how almost everything works and feels. Alongside a brand new story-driven campaign with all your favorite characters, a brand new zone of Night City becomes explorable for all your cyberpunk funk. It's the last spastic fit for this schizophrenic game. It takes a lot of guts, and some might say stupidity, to trash a franchise that generates billions of dollars, but that's exactly what EA Sports did when it could not settle on a new deal with FIFA for its soccer franchise. EA Sports FC takes the pitch for its inaugural season, but it hasn't lost the things that have made the series authentic all these years. And it definitely hasn't lost the wallet-draining Ultimate Team mode. And it's not a case of new pitch, same game either. There's a bigger focus on the women's game, and it comes with over a dozen gameplay tweaks. It has 19,000 players, 700 real teams, and 30 real leagues. Fears? Say bye-bye. What an amazing month of game releases, and it only gets better in October and November. 2023 is truly something special, and so is Sifted, the world's most advanced gaming content aggregator. If you like what we're doing, head to patreon.com/sifted and give us a pledge. We appreciate every single dollar. We'll see you next month for another episode of Dossier.